Anambra State Government launches Sports Economy Initiative. Anambra State Committee on Clean and Green Anambra Oka organizes roadshow. Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria advises ECOWAS heads of state against going to war with Niger. Boats carrying migrants across the British Channel sinks. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And now the details of the news. I am Priska Wanko. Government of Anambra State has launched the Sports Economy Initiative. Governor Chukwuma Soludo gave the announcements during the 2023 International Youth Day celebration. Government House correspondent Ejika Bana reports that the event was held at the Okara Township Stadium, Oka South Council area. The reports.
Healthy youth, healthy nation. Healthy youth, healthy nation.
The event kick-started as the governor, accompanied by his wife, Nonya Soludo, took a 62 kilometers walk for life around the track field. Others who took part in the celebration include the Deputy Governor, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Somtochukwu Udeze, Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochukwu Lobelo, Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezadzoe, Head of Service, Barrister Theodora Igwebwe, and members of the State Executive Council. Speaking shortly after the exercise and stretch section, Governor Soludo stressed that healthy youth make a healthy nation, pointing out that the youths are not just the future but the present, and added that his administration is vigorously mainstreaming the concept of healthy living. The governor revealed that the sports economy is big, with a lot of wealth creation potentials, saying that Anambra is a youthful state and sports is the future, urging Anambra youth to get multiple skills to get an assured future. While speaking to his administration's efforts in the area of youth and environment, including the One Youth Two Skill Initiative, Palm and Coconut Revolution, among others, the governor asked the youths to shun hard drugs, cultism and criminality because nobody lives long indulging in criminality. He announced that soon the Anambra Solution Football Club will be unveiled and added that by the end of September, those who took part in the One Youth Two Skill training will be empowered.
Healthy youths will make what? Healthy nation. So we're marking this year's International Day of the Youth differently. We marked it by having this walk and run for life. Youths happen to be not just our tomorrow. Therefore, our youths are our today and our tomorrow. And we must celebrate you. You are worthy to be celebrated. We celebrate all of you.
The Commissioner for Youth Development, Mr. Patrick Ayamba, said the day was initiated to celebrate the youth across the globe. The chairman of Anambra Sports Development Commission, Mr. Estate Onyedum, explained that the state government innovated run and walk for healthy living to drive home the message of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Run, walk, and aerobic stretches featured at the celebration.
To promote healthy living through environmental cleanliness, the Anambra State Committee on Clean and Green Oka has organized a ritual to sensitize the residents and traders on proper waste disposal. Joseph Ibocha reports that the exercise, tagged Dube Oka Ocha, commenced from Amini Market to Ekoka and terminated at Amobia. The reports.
Residents and traders at the Ekoka roundabout, the State Deputy Governor, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, warned that the Soludo administration will no longer tolerate indiscriminate dumping of refuse at the market and the environs, warning that ACDA officials have been empowered to activate enforcement. He assured that government will continue to do its own part for the good of the people, adding that keeping the environment should not only be on monthly sanitation days.
Maka na afunu ro ndi ni na no ma bochi shop e bola bi je posa ni ru shop ra o we ndi na chi enche ni be je me mu na titi no man's land mana government aputago na ndi nwe etiti aputago tata onye office na la nya bia na nka ayi fukata ayi na etiti e ba shops ni na di na akuku e ba oka capital territory nko jide o mechie unu nwakwe ozo obute bulldozer osisi aya.
In his remarks after the exercise, the Managing Director, Awka Capital Territory Development Authority, ACDA, Mr. Osi Onuko, said the Double Culture exercise is in line with the state government's objective to make Anambra clean and green through proper waste disposal, starting from the capital city. Mr. Onuko, who also chairs the Anambra State Committee on Clean and Green Awka, emphasized that government has continued to do its part by providing waste bins at strategic positions, adding that the gains of environmental cleanliness are enormous, including healthy living.
We cannot have a clean and green Awka with the current situation of waste management in this the capital city. People are with the operation Double Culture that we embarked on today was simply to sensitize our people on the need for proper disposal of their waste. We are going on as a government providing bins and litter bays.
While thanking the state government on efforts to keep Awka capital and environs clean, a leader at the Awka market, Mrs. Chinwe Ezigwe, promised to support the exercise by setting up task force to monitor and enforce compliance, even as she appealed to the government to provide more waste bins at strategic locations to encourage proper waste disposal.
His Excellency Bido Anambra State, Awka Capital Territory.
Others, including Mr. Ikechukwu Okoye and Mrs. Blessing Okoye, called for timely evacuation of collected waste to avoid health hazards. In Awka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
First prosecution witness in the case between State Commissioner of Police and Chief Chijioke Oka, Olufemi Salako at the Chief Magistrate Court sitting at Nobi, Demili, South Council area, Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwena, has told the court that forced defender destroyed the fence of his property and took away building materials he purchased for the project. Mr. Ezekwena was testifying on the cross-examination by counsel to the second defendant. Barrister Thochukwu Arubonye Paul Ezoke has the details.
Ezekwena said he did not purchase the property from the second defendant, Olufemi Salako, but rather from the second prosecution witness, Victoria Mbashu, but explained that he included the second defendant in his petition to the police because he was living with Ms. Mbashu and assured him that she was the rightful owner of the property, as well as signed as witness to the transaction. He said the second prosecution witness equally told him that the second defendant prompted her against her wish to run away from Nobi when the first defendant started laying claim to the property. Also testifying during cross-examination, the second prosecution witness, Ms. Mbashu, told the court that the first defendant purchased a land behind her house for 2 million naira in 2020 and later requested for access road to the land, and she offered him a space that would involve pulling down 3 rooms from her house on agreement that he would build a new structure to replace the rooms. She also said that they agreed on the sum of 10 million naira as the value of the compound, and the amount will be spent building a new house for her, all of which she said the defendant did not fulfill before she was later introduced to Mr. Ezekwena, who paid for the property. She, however, admitted that she did not inform the complainant of her dealings and agreements with the first defendant on the property. On why she ran away to Lagos after the purchase, Ms. Mbash claimed that she was forced by the second defendant to leave the town and also wanted to elope with her to Benin Republic, but she declined before they were tracked and arrested in Ogun State by the police. She made it clear that she did not receive any other payment in cash or other means from the first defendant. The case was later adjourned to Friday, August 18 for continuation of hearing. From Nobi in the Idemili South Council area, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
The traditional ruler of Enugu Aguleri, Anambra East Council area, Eze Chukwemeka Eri, has said that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is not responsible for the insecurity being witnessed in the southeast. Ezeri stated this at his palace in Aguleri shortly after return from a meeting with Mazi Kanu in Abuja. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzokwe completes the report.
Mazi Kanu, through his solicitor, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejimofo, invited him to come as Akajofo Igbo to help reach out to every Onigbo that he is not behind the Monday sit at home and security challenges in the southeast, including killings, kidnappings, robbery, and molestation. He quoted Mazi Kanu as saying that he does not derive joy from seeing children being denied going to school and workers staying idle on Mondays, which is the beginning of the week. Ezeri noted that Mazi Kanu explained that his vision for fighting for the emancipation and liberation of the people of Biafra is not such that will enslave them to economic deprivation. He noted that Nnamdi Kanu's suffering is not for destruction, rather to give voice to Ndibo, but some hoodlums have maximized his absence to perpetrate all forms of crime and criminality in the name of agitation.
Nnamdi Kanu n'ozi ozilimu ka onye ọbụla mara amale na ọ bụrụ Nnamdi Kanu si ndị mmadụ wa dị clear sit at home Monday ọ bụrụ Nnamdi Kanu kwulie iwe osi m kwuo dị ebe ahụ na ọ bụrụ Nnamdi Kanu si ụmụaka ejezina akwụkwọ ọ bụrụ Nnamdi Kanu si ndị okenye ma nwoke ma anya ejezina zụ abịa ka ọ ya tụọ ibe ọ na-eli.
Lending their voices, other traditional rulers who came to welcome Ezeri from his journey. The traditional rulers of Mpunando and Enugotu Agleri, Igwe Johnson Mbanefo and Igwe Emmanuel Ejiofor, regretted that many lives have been lost to the criminal activities of hoodlums who parade themselves as freedom fighters, thereby destroying the name of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. They, however, reiterated the call on the federal government to release and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from custody.
A group of people they are from sit-at home. You can make I am an opera man to the statue. Mana, well, I am from the horses mouth. Uzi one Uzi and the Kalus, Uzi Nabon and the Kalus, Lamolo, Lueni, Aka. So you know, I young Bokan, what open up Mataibu. Oya Wellington, Cornolo.
Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, CBCN, has told the economic community of West African states, ECOWAS heads of state and government, not to plunge the West African sub-region into a senseless war. This was even as the CBCN said ECOWAS leaders will gain absolutely nothing by destroying the lives of fellow Africans through a reckless war. The president of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, Archbishop Lucius Ugoji, stated this in response to the order given to the ECOWAS defense chiefs by the authority of ECOWAS heads of state and government to activate the ECOWAS standby force against the military junta in the Republic of Niger. The CBCN further urged the ECOWAS leaders to listen to the voice of reason and tread a path of dialogue and diplomacy. 6 people have died after a boat carrying migrants sank the English Channel. A spokeswoman from French Coastal Authority, PREMA, said between 5 and 10 others are missing. Authorities said British and French Coast Guards have rescued around 50 people from the vessel. A number of people were seen being brought off a lifeboat or stretchers in Dover, but the extent of injuries and exact numbers remains unclear. Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga is set for a shock move to Real Madrid. The Spaniard is desperate to join the La Liga giants and would accept a loan deal. Madrid is in the market for a new shortstopper after Thibaut Courtois suffered an ACL injury. Former Manchester United goalkeeper David De Gea was a free agent, was initially tipped to be the favorite to arrive at the Bernabeu. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS in many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television, or follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. To end the news this morning, a recap of the main points. Anambra State Government has launched Sports Economy Initiative. Anambra State Committee on Clean and Green Oka has organized roadshow. Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria has advised ECOWAS heads of state against going into war with Niger. Boats carrying migrants across the British Channel has sunk. Here is the special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the breakfast news at this time on ABS Television. Thanks for watching. I am Priska Wanko. Good morning.